Alright guys, so you may have seen a tool like this. You may actually own a tool like this. Most of the time these are plastic. I believe at one time they were wood, but what I really think is cool about this one, it's going to cost you a little bit more, but the quality is substantially better. You have a full metal construction, so you're not going to have to worry about breaking it or even bending it very easily at all. I mean, it's fairly rigid. You can see there's very little, actually I don't know how much you're seeing anything really flex. Very little flex in this, even with the longer, which is, you know, of course going to be more likely to flex the longer piece. You have measurements both in inches and centimeters, and even the connecting points are made of metal, and they have a machined edge that gives you better grip. The nice thing about this, it takes a pretty good amount. I don't have these very tight. I just have these very lightly snug. I'll go ahead and put a little bit more effort into tightening them. But you can see they're not really going to move very much. You know, you put it in a position, it's going to stay there. So each one of these things, each one of these contact points, when they screw down, they are pretty tight on here, so you don't have to worry about you know, any issues with that. And if you throw this in your toolbox, you know, you don't have to worry. With a plastic one, you may end up with some warped rulers. The ruler portion of it may get warped over time because it's plastic, and if it gets deformed and you got another tool laying on top of it and it flexes it and it stays that way too long, you know, it could have sort of a memory type effect. So you know, if you're going to be, I mean, I don't know if this would be something that would be commonly used by someone you know, working a job as opposed to more of a hobby, but I would think that, you know, being of metal construction, that would be a better option for the person. You also can use this, I mean, I know it's basically built for angle, you know, for working and dealing with angles and such, but if you lock this thing down and you were to place like a screwdriver or a pencil on one side and a pencil on another and then move it, you could actually use it, you know, by spinning it around, and you could create a semicircle or an actual circle. And then of course, if you're going to be working with, like, let's say tile or masonry work of some sort, you're doing something in your driveway, you're redoing the bathroom, you're putting down wood flooring, you know, there's just a multitude of uses where you might come into a corner or want to build some type of angle, and you need the proper measurements and you need the proper angles, and this will allow you to kind of you know, slide this into place for that particular angle, lock it down, and then you can trace out that shape that you need and then take it over and do the proper cuts. So you're going to have an option to do things a little easier, a little simpler. And again, the entire unit is made from metal, so from this portion here, which like I said has the machined edges for better grip, to the portion that it screws down, and then of course the actual rulers themselves. So I mean, as a whole, you may have seen the Angle-izer on TV. It's yellow in color and it has the black plastic contact points. So in comparison to that, I mean, there isn't really much comparison, because that thing's total plastic, easily bent and potentially broken. This one, I don't see it being very easy to break, and it just, everything works really well. So now that's not a perfect square because I just screwed it down without putting it all the way to the ends, but you can see how quick and easy this would be to work with, and how good this could actually work for someone in need of a tool like this. So I just appreciate long-term durability. I think buying something once and it being a good product, as opposed to buying something multiple times because it keeps breaking, is a smart decision. So this is just one of those things. that if you're the kind of person that needs this, I think it would be a much better deal, much better buy than your typical plastic Angle-izer. Okay, so pretty much just wanted to share that with you real quick. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I would say if you want to find out more, if you want to take a look at this or even compare it to some of the others, you know, you can find plenty of information on Google and through Google Images to see a lot of different types and styles. But basically, if you want to just click on the link below, you can actually go and read more about this particular item, and you can, if you decide to purchase it, or find out more from other reviewers, as well as of course the listing details that are specific to this unit as well. Okay, thanks for watching.